Last July 2017. I was having a cigarette outside before going to bed around midnight that evening. Being outside at night has always been peaceful in my area. There's no busy traffic, street lamps, or loud sounds where I live. I live in a meadow surrounded by forest by all sides, so all I see when I go outside is stars, an occasional elk or javelina, or a bobcat. Otherwise it's very quiet and very rarely does anything alarming happen. My cat Nebel and I were sitting on the porch. I was halfway through my cigarette when I heard this loud snap and crash on the left side of me coming from the aspens and bushes, and very, very loud footsteps coming into the middle of the yard where I could see everything if anything or anyone walked into the area. I didn't see anything, but I felt it. The footsteps were so heavy it shook the ground and I could feel it on the porch from where I sat. Instead of going inside the house like any sane person, I grabbed a flashlight that I kept near me and got up from my chair and went into the yard. I know, I'd totally be the first person to die in a horror movie with that kind of curiosity, right? Anyways, I walked into the middle of the yard, armed with my flashlight, and a nervous but just as suicidal cat at my heels. I shined the flashlight where I heard the noise first, and around the cars that were parked by the area. Nothing. I heard and felt another footstep right behind me. I mean, inches away from me. I spun around with the flashlight and saw nothing. I'm freaking the fuck out by now, like, what the hell could this be, why couldn't I see it? Then I got a whiff of something in the air, some kind of rotting meat smell, right in front of me. But all that was there is this young willow tree sapling with chicken wire wrapped around it to keep it from being eaten by elk or deer. Nebel by now has hauled ass under the porch, hissing at whatever our visitor is, and here I still am, Miss Insane Crazy Girl, still looking around the yard with my oh so dangerous flashlight. By this time the thing is toying with me, it's like it's circling me and I'm following suit by spinning slowly around trying to catch it in my light myself, when I hear a growl. This low guttural growl that sounds like it came from hell itself right by my ear. I scream and haul ass to the porch, my heart pounding in my ears, every hair standing on end as I'm still looking around the yard. By this time I'm thinking, I'm so going to die if I don't get inside right now. So I start calling Nebel, hoping the crazy cat will come and get his happy little fluffy ass inside with me before he gets gutted and eaten by Mr. Invisible Nightmare Creature when I hear this loud thump on the awning above me. I stopped calling Nebel, my heart stopped, I couldn't move. Those heavy footsteps were now above me on the porch, it was above me. Images of being snatched from the side of the roof and pulled up onto the shingles and being eaten alive kept flashing in my mind. Nebel finally came running out from under the porch, his tail larger than life from being freaked out, and we both went inside. After locking every door and window, I went into my room and stayed there until I fell asleep, the footsteps ending from what I knew of. The next morning though, after I thought I had either imagined all of that or just had some kind of crazy waking nightmare, I told my mother and stepfather, who was just waking up, that we were visited by a demon last night, half joking, not expecting them to believe me at all. Turned out, around 3 in the morning that same night, they heard stomping on the roof over their room and woke up from a dead sleep. They started listening to what was happening outside and heard crashing by their bedroom window, and heard noises by it as well. But when they looked out they saw nothing. They then checked all the windows in the house except mine and my son's, not wanting to wake us up to see nothing. So when I told them about the situation, they believed me. My stepfather and I looked around the yard that morning. I checked the area where I heard the crash in the very beginning. I didn't see anything until I walked around to the neighbor's yard who shares our trees and bushes. A whole aspen tree had been snapped in half and laying in their yard, and when I went back around to the other side and really looked at the ground, I saw one huge footprint. This content was provided by Angela.